I still remember that cold, rainy night like it was yesterday, the kind of night where thunder shakes your windows and the air feels heavy with secrets. I was sitting by the fireplace, sipping tea, waiting for my husband, Daniel, to come home from his late shift. Everything felt ordinary, and until I heard it, a faint cry. At first, I thought it was just the wind or maybe a cat, but it came again, a soft, desperate wail. I rushed to the front door, heart pounding, and when I opened it, my breath froze. There, on my doorstep, was a baby, wrapped in a thin blue blanket, soaked from the rain, crying helplessly. I looked around, expecting to see someone, anyone. But the street was empty, only the sound of rain. Without thinking, I scooped the baby up, holding him close to my chest. He couldn't have been more than a few weeks old, and the way he stopped crying the moment I whispered, "You're safe now," felt unreal. I took him inside, warmed him up and called the police. They arrived quickly. 2 officers with sympathetic faces. They asked questions. "Did you see anyone? Any cars nearby? Any notes?" Nothing, just a baby. They took him for the night, promising he'd be placed safely. But as they drove away, I couldn't shake the feeling that I'd just lost something that was meant to be mine. The next morning, I told Daniel everything. He looked tense, not shocked, not curious, just tight-jawed and distant. "Why would someone leave a baby at our house?" I asked. He shrugged. "Probably a mistake." "Don't get involved. Anna, these things can get messy." His reaction stung, but I let it go. Still, for days, I couldn't stop thinking about that baby. I called the police station multiple times. They said no one had claimed him, and that he was now in foster care. Something inside me ached. I couldn't explain it. So, after weeks of paperwork and endless questions, I made a decision that would change everything. I applied to adopt him. It wasn't easy. They asked about my marriage, my job, my background. Daniel wasn't thrilled. He kept saying, "Anna, we can't afford a kid right now. We're not ready." But I was ready. Somehow I felt that baby was meant to be part of my life, and 6 months later, when I finally brought him home, I named him Noah. The moment I held him again, it was like the world aligned. Every empty corner of my heart felt full. Even Daniel softened eventually. He played with Noah, took him on walks, laughed with him. For a while, it felt like we were a real family. But happiness has a strange way of fading quietly. Over the next few years, Daniel started changing. He came home late more often. He avoided eye contact when I mentioned Noah's adoption day. Sometimes, I'd catch him just staring at the boy, not with love, but with something I couldn't name. Guilt? Fear? I wasn't sure. And then came that 5th anniversary, the night that shattered everything I thought I knew. It started like any other evening. I was preparing dinner, and Noah was playing with his toy cars on the living room rug. Daniel walked in, pale and nervous. He didn't even take off his coat. "Anna," he said quietly, "we need to talk." I turned to face him, a chill running down my spine. "What is it?" He swallowed hard. "It's about Noah." Those words hit me like a punch. I froze, spoon in hand, heart racing. "What about him?" He couldn't look at me. His hands trembled as he sat down. 5 years ago, he started, voice shaking. "I made a mistake. I didn't breathe. I had an affair," he said. "With a woman from work. It ended before I told you. I thought it was over, but then she got pregnant. The room spun. She didn't want to keep the baby. I begged her not to do anything stupid. I offered money support, but she disappeared. Until one night, She left him on our doorstep. He finally looked at me, eyes filled with tears. Anna, that baby, Noah, is mine. For a moment, I couldn't speak. I just stared at him, every sound around me fading into silence. I felt my knees go weak. The walls seemed to close in. The baby I had loved, fought for, raised, was the product of my husband's betrayal. You lied to me, I whispered. For 5 years, you lied to me. He reached for me, but I stepped back. You let me adopt your own child and didn't say a word. I was scared, he cried. I didn't know how to tell you. I thought you'd leave. But then you loved him so much. I thought maybe it didn't matter anymore. Didn't matter. My entire world was built on that secret. That night I didn't sleep. I just sat by Noah's bed watching him breathe. So innocent. So pure. None of this was his fault. The next morning, I told Daniel to leave. I couldn't even look at him. He begged, pleaded, said we could get through it. But all I saw when I looked at him was deception. Months passed. I focused on Noah, my son, because no matter what blood said, my heart knew the truth. He was mine. Daniel called sometimes, sent letters, but I ignored them, until one day, I got a call that changed everything again. It was from a woman, the one who had left Noah at my doorstep. She wanted to meet. We met at a small cafe outside town. She looked older, tired, haunted. I didn't mean to cause all this, she said softly. I was scared. Daniel told me he'd handle everything. But I knew I couldn't raise a child. I thought, if anyone deserved him, it was you. Tears filled my eyes. You chose me? She nodded. I knew you were kind. He always said that about you. I just didn't know you'd end up being the one who saved him. She reached across the table, holding my hand. Thank you for loving him. I walked home that day feeling a strange peace. The truth had destroyed my marriage, but it had also revealed something deeper. Sometimes, life gives you heartbreak to lead you toward your real purpose. Noah was never a mistake. He was a miracle disguised as one. Years later, Daniel and I never got back together, but he visits Noah occasionally, and every time I see them together, I no longer feel pain, just gratitude, because out of betrayal came love, out of loss came family, and out of that stormy night came the best thing that ever happened to me. If you've ever faced heartbreak or betrayal, remember, sometimes the universe breaks your heart only to rebuild it stronger. If this story touched you, don't forget to like, subscribe and share, because somewhere out there someone might need to hear that love can still grow, even from the deepest pain.